We'll keep it.
Okay.
Right. First.
You put one on the bottom, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. All right.
First.
Mm-hmm.
Lotus Petal.
Yep.
Ocean.
Sure.
Your turn.
Draw. I'll play a Brushland, and you can go ahead.
Right. Wild Growth.
Sure.
Card.
Yep.
Paradise.
Mm-hmm.
That's the turn.
I will draw. I will Wasteland your Undiscovered Paradise. Go ahead.
Enchantress Presence.
Okay.
Draw card.
Mm-hmm.
That's the turn.
I'll draw. I will play a Reflecting Pool, and you can go ahead.
Right. I'll float 1 green.
Mm-hmm.
Play an Argothian Enchantress.
Okay.
Use the floating green to cast a Wild Growth.
Okay.
Draw 3 cards.
Sure.
2, 3. And for the turn.
Mm-hmm.
Fetch. With a 19.
Yeah.
We do like this. That works for you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Play Exploration.
Okay.
Draw 3 cards.
Mm-hmm.
Play a land. Of the Exploration.
Yep.
I will cast Cabal Therapy.
I'll respond. I'll cast Enlightened Tutor.
Right to the results.
Alright. Therapy resolves.
What is that blue card?
Trade routes. Yep.
Trade routes. I will name Crop Rotation.
Okay. Undiscovered Paradise, Reflecting Pool, Rishadan Port, City of Brass, Gaia's Blessing, Enlightened Tutor.
Right. Then I'll pass the turn.
Okay. I'll draw. I'll play Rishadan Port, and you can go ahead.
Sorry, I was just asking them to be a little bit more quiet.
Yep.
Rishadan Port. Yep.
Yep. Go ahead. During your upkeep, I'm going to tap the Wild Growth Forest.
Yep. Go to my draw phase.
Yep.
City of Brass. I'll make 4 mana, including 1 white.
Yep.
Play Worship.
Sure.
Draw 3 cards.
Yep.
Play an additional land.
Yeah.
Skip the turn.
Yeah. Untap. Draw. Play a Reflecting Pool. I'll play a Trade Routes.
Yep.
Go ahead. During your upkeep, I will tap that forest.
Draw a card.
You have blue? Mike,
Oh.
do you have blue mana?
Oh, no. Do you want me to back up to...
Oh. Go chat.
I mean, I guess...
Yeah, you could have had with the city, so...
Yeah, I mean...
You can swap the city, take a point, and then...
Yeah. I'm at 19.
Right, 9. So I will play Windswept Heath, bracket, to
18.
no, 17. I have 2 fetches and I use the city once.
Oh, okay.
Five mana. Play Cadaverous Bloom.
Okay.
3 cards.
Yeah.
3. Make 2 green, exiling Worldly Tutor.
Okay.
2 black, exiling a swamp. Play Enchantress Presence, draw 3 cards.
Yeah.
2, 3. Play an Exploration, draw 4 cards.
Yep.
2. Second land. Exile Windswept Heath for 2 green.
Yep.
I'll make a Wild Growth, draw 4 cards.
Yep.
1, 3, 4. Use the remaining green for another growth. 1, 3, 4. Another Presence, draw 4 cards. 4. 2 green. And Exploration, draw 5 cards.
Yep.
5. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 18, 19. I'll make 19 times 2.
Okay.
Like what, 38?
Yep.
So.
Pay me for 36.
Very nice.
Yep. Yeah, you got it.
Yep.
I should not have tapped out after a crop rotation.
Yep. Well, the Cabal Therapy made sure that that wouldn't happen anyway.
If I wouldn't have tapped out the turn, I just drew a crop rotation. I would just cast it in response.
You drew it? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That would have been a sweet top deck.
Yes.
I'll keep.
Yeah. I'll play a Reflecting Pool. You can go ahead.
Throw manas. Play an ore waste.
Mm-hmm.
I'll play Cabal Therapy.
Yep.
I will name Aura of Silence.
Okay. 2 Gemstone Mine, Crop Rotation, Trade Routes, Treva's Ruin, and Horn of Greed.
All right. Your turn.
Play a Gemstone Mine and a Trade Routes. Go ahead.
Yep. Windswept Heath into a forest in Progothian at 18.
Yeah.
Your turn.
I'll play another Gemstone Mine and a Horn of Greed. Go ahead.
Wait. All right. Progothian.
Yep.
Play my own Gemstone Mine.
Okay.
Draw a card.
Yep.
Play Exploration. Draw 2 cards.
Yeah.
Play Swamp. Draw a card.
Yep.
Pass the turn.
I will play Trevor's Ruins. I'm gonna pick this up and draw a card. I'm gonna put this back in my hand. Just
Yeah, I wrote it down.
Yeah,
Gemstone
okay.
and Crop Rotation, I know. How many cards do you have?
I have 6 right now.
That's pretty sweet. I have 60.
Go ahead.
Enchantress Presence.
Yeah.
Draw 2 cards. Play land. Draw a card from the horn.
Yep.
I'll make it green. Play Wild Growth. Draw 3 cards.
Okay.
2, 3. I'll play my second land of the turn. Draw a card from the exploration, from the horn. I will cast Cabal Therapy.
I will respond. How many cards in your hand?
1, 2, 3, 9.
Nine. I'm going to cast Crop Rotation.
Yep.
I'll put Glacial Chasm into play. Okay.
How many cards do you have left? 5?
Yeah.
I'll name Enlightened Tutor.
Yep.
And a Humility. So what does the Glacial Chasm say exactly?
Cumulative upkeep, pay 2 life. When it comes into play,
Yep.
sacrifice a land. Creatures you control cannot attack. All damage dealt to you is reduced to 0.
It's all resolved. I'll play Sterling Grove
Okay.
for 3 cards.
Mm-hmm.
And I will pass the turn. Go to discard.
Sure.
Discard Gemstone Mine, Undiscovered Paradise, will tutor, and a win.
Okay. Alright. Cumulative upkeep, I'll pay 2. I'm at 18. I'll draw. I will play Undiscovered Paradise, and I'll draw a card.
Yep.
You can go ahead.
Yeah. Draw phase.
Yep.
Play a land.
Mm-hmm.
Draw a card.
Yep.
Play land. Draw a card.
Yep.
I'll make a colorless.
Mm-hmm.
Sacrifice.
Yeah.
It.
Sure.
Green.
Mm-hmm.
Exploration for 3 cards.
That's a wild growth.
Oh yeah. Well, I meant to do that. I'm just saying it the wrong
Okay.
way.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
Wild growth.
Yeah.
For 3 cards. Play Pernicious Deed.
How much mana do you have available?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, that resolves.
For 3 cards.
Yep. I will pass the turn. Card. Okay.
To discard.
Yeah.
Worship, Confinement, City of Brass, Lenore Wasteland, and Ground Seal.
Okay. I'll pay 4 life. I go to 14.
Yep.
I will draw. I'm gonna play a Gemstone Mine, draw a card. Go ahead.
How many cards do you have?
I have 6.
End of turn. I will play Pernicious Deed
For how many?
for 2.
Yep.
That card. play City of Solitude.
That is. Let me see. What set is that from?
Visions.
Vision.
Each player may play spells and abilities only during his or her turn.
I'm going to cast Enlightened Tutor in response.
Right.
I'm am I able to check your list right now?
Sorry?
Am I able to check what's in your deck right now? Like, am I allowed to look at your list? Like,
I have no idea.
all right. Well, I'll put a trade routes on top.
Okay. Can I draw a card from the Presence?
Yeah.
I'll play an Exploration.
Okay.
Draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
Play land. Draw a card.
Yeah.
Play Cornered Resources. Draw a card.
Sure.
Take 1 pain. 17. Play Sarcomancy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you have full priority because of city, so I'll just stop saying okay after every action you take. So.
Draw a card.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an ingrained habit.
Yeah.
And for people to respond. Can I check my sideboard? Middle of a game?
Yes. Yes.
I pass the turn.
Okay. Pay 6 life. I go to 8.
Next turn, you have to pay 8 life, right?
Yeah. I will drop.
Good.
I will play trade routes. I'll pick up this Glacial Chasm. I will play Glacial Chasm. I'm going to sacrifice an Undiscovered Paradise and draw a card.
Yep.
And you can go ahead.
A Sterling Grove.
Yep.
Right. I can attack, but it doesn't do any damage.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, pass the turn. To discard some cards.
Okay.
Okay.
Windswept Heath and the other card was what?
Exploration.
Okay. Cumulative life trigger. I will pay 2. I go to 6.
Yep.
I will draw. I will play a City Brass, draw a card.
Yep.
I don't take a damage because of Glacial Chasm. I'm going to play Summer Bloom. I will play Reflecting Pool, draw a card. I will
You still have that Wasteland.
like from yeah. I saw a Wasteland in my hand. I am going to pay 1 and pick up the Glacial Chasm.
That 1 mana to activate.
1 mana for trade routes. 1 mana
Okay.
came from the Reflecting Pool. I will play a Wasteland, draw a card. I will play a Glacial Chasm and sacrifice a Wasteland and I draw a card. Go ahead.
Play land, draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
Negotiation.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
Okay. Cumulative life triggers on the stack. I will I'm at 6 right now. I'll pay 2 life. I'll go to 4. Draw. How many cards are in your deck?
16.
At 36. Alright. I will play green, play exploration. I will play a Riftstone Portal, draw a card. I will play an Undiscovered Paradise and draw a card. I will play an Exploration. I'm going to pay 1 to pick up the Glacial Chasm, and then play Glacial Chasm, sacrifice Riftstone Portal. I draw a card. And you can go.
How many cards do you have in hand?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Start. Then Argosian.
Yep.
Pass the turn.
Okay. Cumulative life trigger. I will pay 1 mana because the Riftstone Portal is in the graveyard, and I will pick this up. I will draw for turn. You are currently at 17.
Yep.
And you don't have a worship in play, right?
Right.
Okay. Alright, I'm going to play a Reflecting Pool and draw a card.
Yep.
I will play a Wasteland and draw a card. I will play a Rishadan Port and draw a card. I'll tap these for green. I'm going to cast Summer Bloom.
Yep.
I will play a Rishadan Port and draw a card. That's it too. Tap this for white. I'm going to cast Enlightened Tutor. I'm going to put a Horn of Green on top.
Sure.
I'll play a Wasteland and draw a card.
Yep.
I will play a Horn of Green. I will play I'll play a Barbarian Ring and draw 2. 1, 2. I'll tap this for green. I'm going to play a Summer Bloom. I will play a Brushland and draw 2. 1, 2. I will tap this for green. Play a Glacial Chasm. I'm going to sacrifice a Brushland and then draw 2. 1, 2. I will play a City Brass and draw 2. 1, 2. I think. I will green and white. I'll cast a Seal of Cleansing, and then these will all add red, and I'll cast a Seismic Assault. And you can go ahead. I have 7 cards in hand.
Seems good. I'll press turn.
Alright.
Card line waste.
Alright. I will untap. I will. So, Undiscovered Paradise will come back to my hand. Cumulative Life Trigger, I will pay 1 and return this to my hand with trade routes. I will draw for turn. I will. You're at 17.
Yep.
I'll do you 2, 4, 6, 8, and I'll be picking up some lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll do you 18.
Sure. Next game.
Alright. I'm going to mulligan as well.
I'll keep.
Alright.
Right.
Yep.
Your turn.
I'll play a Brushland. You can go ahead.
End of turn, go to 19 for Worldly Tutor.
Sure.
Go with the Enchantress from this deck.
Okay. Seems like a good target.
Yeah. Good thing I can target it in the deck.
Yeah.
Untap. Draw a card.
Mhm.
Face form, take another damage.
Yep.
And it's your turn.
End of turn, I'm going to take a damage, cast Enlightened Tutor.
Yep.
I'll put an Exploration on top. I'll untap and draw. I will play an Undiscovered Paradise, tap it for an exploration, and I will play another Undiscovered Paradise. And you can go ahead.
Bane, Gaussian, turn.
All right.
17.
I will untap. This comes back to my hand. I will draw for turn. I will play a Rishadan Port. I will play a Hornagreed. I will play an Undiscovered Paradise and draw a card. And you can go ahead.
Card. Play Sarcomancy.
Okay. Draw 2.
Yep. City of Brass.
Okay.
Draw 2 cards.
You draw
One
one card. Yep.
card.
Yep.
Card. How many cards do you have?
3.
The 16. The Sylvan Library. Draw
Yep.
2 cards.
Yeah.
Pass the turn.
And a turn, I'll tap Undiscovered to cast an Enlightened Tutor.
Yep.
Hit a Hornagreed.
Seems good.
This goes on top. Untap 2 Undiscovereds. Come back to my hand. I will draw. I'll play an Undiscovered and draw a card.
Yep. Great.
Hornagreed. Undiscovered, I'll draw 2. 1,
Yep.
2. I'll play Exploration.
Yep.
I'll play a Gemstone Mine and draw 2.
Yep.
1, 2. I will play another Exploration. Go ahead.
Yep. My turn?
Yes.
We're tapped out.
Mm-hmm.
Sylvan Library.
Yep.
I'll pay 8. Go to 8. Start off with the Windswept Heath.
Okay. Draw 2.
Draw 2 cards from the horn.
Yep.
So sad. 1 mana away from killing you. I'll crack the Windswept Heath, go to 7.
Okay.
Forest. How many cards do you have?
I have 4. Play Pernicious Deed. Okay.
Draw 2 cards.
Yeah.
I'll declare attackers.
Yeah.
With combat.
Mm-hmm. I got a 17.
I will take 1 pain.
Okay.
Blow up Pernicious Deed for 1.
Right.
I will
That token's
pass.
dead too.
I'll go to discard as well.
Yeah, the token dies too. I'll untap and the Undiscovered Paradise has come back to my hand. I'll draw for turn. I'll play a Paradise and draw 2. 2. I will play a Summer Bloom. I will play an Undiscovered Paradise and draw 2. 1,
Yep.
2. I will play a City of Brass and draw 2. 1, 2. I'll play a Rishadan Port and draw 2. 2. I'll play Summer Bloom. I will. You are at 6. Oh.
Yep.
Then I'm going to play a Brushland with the draw triggers. Okay, so I'm going to draw one. I'm going to draw the first one. I might respond. Then I'm going to respond to the second one. I'm going to take a damage and cast Enlightened Tutor. At 16. I'm going to get Seismic Assault.
Yep.
And then the second trigger, I'll draw that. I will play a Reflecting Pool and draw 2. 1, 2. And I'll take a damage. Red, 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 red. I'll cast Seismic Assault.
3 lands and it's fine.
1, 2.
Yep. All right. GG.
Games.